Hello everyone, so welcome back to another video, and we're at it again. Now it's a follow-up to EA's video where EA denies blaming Halo Infinite for Battlefield 2042's poor reception. So everybody's been covering this recently, but this is a very quick turnaround considering, we brought it up last video. They say this time it was about key learnings and actions. So here we can see, 2042's promo box art, I think, with a shot from Halo Infinite. This is on purexbox.com, by the way. So this says, an update. EA has responded to the claim that it partially blamed Halo Infinite for Battlefield 2042's poor reception, stating that the discussion was about key learnings and actions we are taking, not blaming external factors. Here's what EA Communications VP John Reisberg, I think that's how you pronounce it, had to say about the statement to PC Gamer. These stories are not accurately capturing the discussion and the context, which was an in-depth and very humble internal conversation about the recent Battlefield launch. It was about key learnings and actions we are taking, not blaming external factors. The original story was that it was reported by journalist Tom Henderson over Xfire, revealing details about recent internal EA meeting call, including a suggestion that Halo Infinite was partially to blame for 2042's poor launch. The chief studios officer reportedly told the staff that there were multiple reasons for 2042's or the reason why 2042 suffered a bad launch, including the large scale of its ambition, work-from-home development, and the sheer number of bugs at launch. But the early critical reception was good, and that Halo Infinite was a reason why things began to change. Here's what Henderson had to say about his report. Following the game's launch, DICE rolled out a Day 1 and Day 0 patch to get the bug count down further. On this, they continued and said that 2042's launch and patches meant the game was stable, and the early critical reception was good. However, according to EA, things took a turn, and that was, clears throat, the surprising release of Halo Infinite's multiplayer. I wish I was joking. According to them, the comparison between both games was not favourable because Infinite was a very polished title, whereas 2042 contained bugs and wasn't as polished. Now, a lot of you may remember the whole things that I brought up previously, which was bugs to do with 2042, including massive amounts of lag in the servers and also vehicles being able to drive up the sides of buildings, to name a few. That was just a few of the problems and issues that they had on launch that I remember and are well documented on YouTube that you can actually just go and watch for yourself. As you may remember, Halo Infinite's multiplayer was originally scheduled for launch on December the 8th with the rest of the game, but ended up releasing early on November the 15th, just 4 days before the launch of 2042. EA has publicly admitted that 2042 didn't live up to the expectations at launch, with boss Andrew Wilson stating recently that the game had unanticipated performance issues and some of the design choices we made really did not resonate. That's a very heavy understatement. However, the company is fully committed to realizing the full potential of this game. Take it back to the drawing board then. Do you agree with EA on this one, or was Battlefield 2042 doomed no matter what? Honestly, it seems like it was doomed no matter what from what I get from the comments section. I think there's one here. So we're going to look through these again because these were funny the last time, see what other people say. Iron Man 30 says, so EA is mad that another game was better than its title. Wow. From what I understand, they released a multiplayer-only game and charged full price. It wasn't even fish, so naturally, it suffered when a superior quality and fun factor game came out that was free to play. None of this makes sense. Your game should be able to stand on its own, regardless of any other title released. If 2042 was only bad compared to Halo Infinite, then why did Battlefield players go back to older Battlefield titles and not just stick with 2042 or move to Halo? Clearly, 2042 wasn't up to older standards. Wasn't Halo Infinite criticized for its progression and unfinished state? Its missing features and game modes and big team battle didn't work. And technically, it doesn't work now. It did originally. And if you want to say that that game was super polished compared to your game, sounds like you're just deflecting the blame. I love this comment here. It's so good. Sure, Halo did steal some of Battlefield's initial thunder. The multiplayer Shadow dropped 3 weeks early on November the 15th and gazumped Battlefield by 4 days, and it was really good. However, if 2042 was an actually competent title, it would have weathered the storm, but it wasn't. The main blame is on releasing a game at least a year early. They should have followed Halo's lead and delayed by 12 months. Being full price in a sea of great free-to-play games can't have helped either. Oof. So yeah, I'm in agreement with most of these at the moment. In fact, all of them. Yet the player base is now pretty similar. Plus, they have... different games as Halo. Oh, they're different games. Halo is an arcade shooter, while Battlefield is all about big team battles and a more realistic feel. I'm not sure that's how you'd describe Halo, but okay. It's interesting seeing how they seem to be either shifting the blame or then saying, "Oh no, it wasn't Halo," you know. I think going forwards, it's going to be interesting to see if Battlefield can recover from this and whether EA is going to stop blaming everybody else. Considering how this originally sparked from stuff being shared, apparently in an internal meeting, I don't think that this was taken out of context. I really do think that this was a case of people in the boardroom venting frustration, and one of those frustrations was, well, look at this, Halo's just released and Halo's doing fine, how come we're not? It's probably Halo's fault, you know. It's free and it released before us, so obviously all the attention's going to be on it. And that's the way that I feel like it is at the moment. I also think that it doesn't help Battlefield that Battlefield has almost what I imagine is not yearly installments, but they're pretty frequent from what I remember, whereas Halo's not had a good title in almost a decade. So, yeah, with people clamoring for something that much, you know, that really wanting something after 10 years or so of waiting, almost. Of course, there's going to be more hype around that and more build-up, especially when it looks like it's going back to its roots in terms of trying to refine gameplay and bring back that classic feel that everybody enjoyed compared to the 4th and 5th installments. Anyway, what do you guys think about all this backwards and forwards name calling and what happened to Battlefield compared to Halo Infinite? I'll see you in the comments section and I'll see you on the next video. So until then, bye!